Hello, Winding Creek families. This is Becky Wardlow, your principal, here to give you all an update as we get ready to change our schedule and some of our routines beginning April 20th. The first thing that I'd like you to know is that we will no longer have A and B group students. All of our students, both face-to-face and virtual students, will be attending school Tuesday through Friday. And the instructional day will be from 9 to 2. We're very excited about this change, so excited that we're getting to see all of our students on a more consistent basis and that some of our virtual students are returning back to the building. So these are big, exciting times, and I want to take a few minutes to give you some important information as we get started. So let's talk about Mondays. Mondays will continue to be an asynchronous day, meaning the children will be working from home. They will have their morning meetings at 9 o'clock, and then the rest of the day they will have their Maker Monday Design Challenge, along with some reading, math, and content work. That work will come to you all individually by your teachers. You'll get more information about that. Also, Dreambox and Lexia will continue to be promoted and ask our students to attend to those two learning programs and platforms. And we're highly encouraging you all to find that commitment and do that every day. Students who are working on Lexia and Dreambox every day and are working themselves through modules are finding that they are increasing their instructional levels. So if you've kind of waned away from that a little bit, get that time reset because these are very valuable learning platforms. So another thing that we want to talk about is the schedule for Tuesday through Friday. Drop off or arrival will be from 8:30 to 8:55. If you all are walkers, please make sure that you are getting here by 8:55 so that you can get to your classroom by 9 o'clock. 9 to 9:15 will continue to be morning meeting, and then 9:15 to 2 will be our instructional time. 2 o'clock will be our dismissal. And then from 2 to 4 in the afternoon for students, that's where they can do their Dreambox, Lexia, and any homework or other assignments that our teachers have provided for them. Specials will now be during the instructional day for both virtual and face-to-face students. We are currently have several teachers, quite a few teachers, that are teaching concurrently. That means they have students in the classroom with them face-to-face while they have some students online through Google Meet attending. We've got the technology, thanks to Stafford County, providing the technology for us to be able to do concurrent teaching. So our specialist will be teaching concurrently for the students who are virtual and the students who are face-to-face at the same time. Teachers will be giving you their specific specialist code, which days you will have PE, which days you will have art. They'll give you those codes and that schedule. So be on the lookout for that from your classroom teacher. Let's talk about the lunch schedule. Lunch schedule will be the same for both in face-to-face and virtual students. So that means for our virtual students that when that lunch break starts, including the part with the movement, virtual students will be allowed to log off, get their lunch, have their little movement break within that same time period. Individual teachers, classroom teachers will be sending you their specific movement and lunch break time period. So be looking for an email from your teacher. Now let's talk about the protocols of lunch. Because children have to take their masks off for lunch, we will be maintaining 6-foot social distancing. To do that, classes will be divided into half. Half of the classes will stay in the room with the teacher, and the other half will go into the cafeteria where spaces have been put 6-foot distancing, and students will be given a specific place to eat their lunch and be supported by the staff. Lunch will probably take around 20 minutes, and at that point, the people in the cafeteria will be reunited with the students in the classroom so that they can either have their movement break or continue their learning. Specific information will be, again, coming from your classroom teacher, so be on the lookout for that in the next couple of weeks. Now let's talk about transportation. Many of you all have been very gracious and supported your other family members of Winding Creek by being car riders. And if you've been a car rider in the past, the processes and procedures will stay exactly the same. We will have 2 lines coming in the morning and 2 lines in the afternoon, as we always have. Please be very cognizant and watch for our staff. They'll be very glad to show you which direction to go. Please do not change lines. Once you get in one line, stay in it. It may seem like the other line may go faster, but it doesn't. They're really, really great. Our staff members have this down, and they're really, really great at being able to get everybody through. Please, 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 the second you come in, turn off those cell phones, because we do not want everyone to be safe, especially our children and our staff. So please do not be on your cell phones, because we're finding that if you're not on your cell phones, it runs smoother and everybody's more attentive. Also, another small thing, if in the morning you need help with your car, maybe a car door, turn your flashers on and our staff will come over and help you with getting students out. And if your students can be completely prepared with backpacks, masks up and ready to go when they get out of the car in the morning, that will help us it run smoothly and quickly, getting all of our children in. Also, you can do a little bit of a staggered time. If you show up about 8:45, that would be great, because that would probably be about a second wave. So if we find our times where we can make it be more leveled out and even in the distribution of how our kids come through, that would be helpful. If you have requested bus transportation and you have not been on the bus, please know that our transportation is working right now to work those routes out for our families. You'll be getting information from transportation about your bus time and your bus numbers. Please be on the lookout an email from them. And do know that to ensure that we can hopefully get enough seats for everybody on the bus, children may be two to a seat. Do want you all to know that, but masks will be worn, children will be facing forward, and we will be using hand sanitizer. And last one, walkers, please make sure you leave early enough so that you're in the building by 8:55. We want to make sure that everybody's safe and in the building. So please make sure you leave so that you are in the building by 8:55. And last thing, please know that due to the safety and protocol, there will be no bus passes. You can't change and go to a different bus, because students are specifically assigned to a bus and space is very limited. So there will not be any changing of buses or riding different buses home. Meals. So the big meal change is going to be breakfast. One of our challenges that we have is that in the morning, students arrives anytime between 8:30 and 8:55. So having that space available so that we can stay at 6-foot social distancing is a challenge. So as a district, we've been given the opportunity to send breakfast home the day before. So if it's on Wednesday and you're a breakfast eater, breakfast will come home to you on Tuesday afternoon so that you have breakfast for Wednesday morning, and we're asking that breakfast be eaten at home before you come to school. So please know that's a change that's coming. Also, if it turns out that you don't want breakfast, teachers will be sending information to you, and you will have an opportunity to opt out of eating breakfast, so we can make sure that everybody has what they need and we're not being wasteful with food. Safety will continue. We will take temperature checks as soon as the children come in. We ask masks to be up, worn. We do have paw prints in the hallways. They will be following those paw prints, staying in a single file line. We will be following that 3 to 6 foot social distancing. We do have hand sanitizing stations all through the school, which is awesome. We have directional arrows telling our children which way to walk. There still will continue to be limited movement through the building, and there will be electrostatic cleaning every day, Tuesday through Friday. It's after school. We will not be sharing materials. We do have excellent ventilation and HVAC airflow systems in every classroom. And the last most important part is that water fountains have been covered. So please send in a water bottle with your child so that they may have water during the day. Last thing I want to share with you is we will be taking SOLs this year for grades 3 through 5. SOLs have to be taken in the building for security purposes, so we will be sending information to our virtual parents about being able to come into the building to take the SOLs, or a possible opt-out option if you do feel like the safety is still a major concern of yours. There will be information coming to you for that, so be on the look at that for the next couple of weeks. The last thing I want to tell you is that if you do need before and after school care, the YMCA will be providing that here at Winding Creek. If you need that, please feel free to call the YMCA and set your children up for that. And as always, thank you for your time. Thank you for being so supportive and making this a fabulous community. We got this, as we've been saying this year. And as always, take care of yourself and each other. Thank you for your time.